Hey everyone, welcome back to On That Note with Penelope. Today we're going to be talking about the 6/8 time signature. So this is the 6/8 time signature. This is how you'll see it written in music. The 6/8 time signature is part of the triple meter, right? We have 3/4 time, we have 6/8, then we have 9/8, then we have 12/8. So there's a lot of triple meter times out there. I did a video on 3/4 time signature. If you want to check it out, I'll have it linked above, also in the description box so you can view it at your later date. But I want to go over the 6/8 time signature because it is very important. It is not hard at all. It's just something that you really just have to invest time to understand. So as I said, it's one of the triple meter time signatures. The most common notes that you'll see in the 6/8 time signature are the eighth note, the quarter note, and the dotted quarter note. You'll also sometimes see 16th notes, but those three are the common that you'll see, the ones we give beginner piano players when they start out with the 6/8 time signature, and then we will throw in the rest as we go along. So that is a little intro to the 6/8 time signature. Now, just looking at this music, we have the 6/8 time signature using eighth notes. So how would we actually count that? Now, this is a great question that I get a lot from my piano students. When you see eighth notes like this in the 6/8 time signature, you would really just see the numbers at the bottom. You'll count the numbers as is. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And for every time signature, you use the top number of the time signature to tell you how many beats are in a measure. So in the 6/8 time signature, for every measure, we will have 6 beats in the measure. So you'll see right here that there's 6 eighth notes in this one measure. So if this had a repeat sign at the end of the measure, you would loop it. You would just repeat it again. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice I'm pulsing and I'm giving the stronger beat to the number 1. I'm giving number 1 the stronger beat. So when I count, it's intentional. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. When we have strong beats in music, that's called our home. So that's basically what will stabilize the music so we can actually have a rhythm, a pattern, something that we can really anticipate what's next, what's coming next. So that's why the strong beat for this is going to be on beat 1. And if we look at this music here, now this music for 6/8 has a dotted quarter note and also has eighth notes in the second measure. So when we look at this music, we see the dotted quarter notes and you're like, whoa, I only saw dotted rhythms when it came to the half note, right? And I totally understand when it comes to 6/8 time and more compound music, you're going to see a lot of different things that you didn't see in your beginner piano or music theory classes because now the music is getting a little bit more complex. And that's what happens when the music is more complex. You'll see more different things. There's even a time signature that's 5/4, where the 4 is the bottom note and the 5 is the top note. So, there's different music time signatures out there just to give you an idea of what to expect when you are on your music learning journey. So when we have these two dotted quarter notes in the first measure, don't get confused. If you go back to what you know about a quarter note and an eighth note, you'll know that 2 eighth notes make a quarter note. So if we actually have a dot, remember in a dotted half note, we'll add 1 extra beat to the half note. So we're actually adding 1 extra beat, and the beat that we're adding that's extra has to be less than the actual beat that was given. So if we have a quarter note, a note that's less than it will be an eighth note. All right. So we're actually looking at 3 eighth notes when we look at that dotted quarter note. So in this situation, it would be similar to what we see in the first 3 notes of the second measure. Okay. So if you say 1, 2, 3 for the first 3 notes in the second measure, you should also say that for this first dotted quarter note in the first measure. So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Notice that it's just one single note that you're saying that for. So just don't get confused about that. Just know that that dotted quarter note is equal to 3 eighth notes as a triple in this second measure. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then when you get to The second measure, it'll be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The only difference between the two measures is that they have the same equal amount of notes in the measure. It's just that when you play it, you'll hear two sounds in the first measure and you have 6 sounds in the second measure. So if I was to clap it, it would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If I was to go back to the first set of music that I gave you, that would be similar to the second measure of the second piece of music I gave you. If you were to clap this, you would clap 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, notice I said 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can say that, or you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here, this music right here is a little bit more complex. Now you have quarter notes and eighth notes in the same measure. Then you have dotted quarter notes and quarter notes in the same measure. So if you look at the first measure, you will see it has quarter notes and eighth notes. How would you count that? You go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2 eighth notes equals 1 quarter. So it will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the second measure will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The third measure will be clapped as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the fourth measure would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. If we move on to the second line, the first measure in the second line, it will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the second measure would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The third measure of the second line will be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And the fourth measure of the second line would be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if I put all of that together, it would be as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. All right. So I hope that gave you a simple, really easy way of understanding the 6/8 time signature. It takes time. It just takes practice. And that's what musicians are all about. Practice, practice, practice. That's how we get better. I hope that you like this video. Make sure to like, subscribe, and come back for more videos just like this. I'll see you in the next one.